So this is my overall thoughts on Siren from Netflix, the Netflix original, starring Millie Alcock. The reason why I watched it is because she's playing Supergirl next year in a movie that's coming out, and I think now is a really good time to talk about it. And it's interesting how the show goes on. It's a mini series, so it's gonna um, build. It, it's like a small, like few episodes, and it's really, really intense. It's a big drama about how the rich people can be crazy and how intense the emotions are. Yeah. Hi. Yeah. Millie Alcock can act. It's really crazy how this show shows how crazy her acting skills are. She cries really, really hard. It's really believable. It This show shows how well she can act as an American, because I believe she's English. Um but yeah, she's this character. There's many layers to this character. I don't want to spoil this. Yeah, like Gal, the main thing that Gal does really is she's just good looking and she has an accent. But overall, most of her movies and movies and stuff, she doesn't act really well because people really make fun of when she says Kal-El no in the Snyder cut and stuff like that. Um, but yeah, it is weird. And not to mention that the fact that they made Batman and Wonder Woman together, even though really Batman and no Superman and Wonder Woman would be together realistically, really. But let's think about that and move on from there. But let's focus on Amelia Alcock can act. She's really grown on to into her look, because the House of the Dragon show, she was a lot younger at the time, so people kind of made fun of the way she looked at the time and how weird she kind of seemed. But Sirens shows that she looks she got up, like, not really upgrade, but she got better looking throughout time. Yeah, like I said right there, they shouldn't be shipped, but I'm saying that out of the three, Superman and Wonder Woman makes more sense. Mainly because both of them kind of live a lot longer than Batman would be living, because I believe Superman ages very slowly once he turns into an adult. That's partially why I don't like Henry Cavill to continue for Superman, because he clearly aged a lot. Like, he's losing a lot of hair. He's like losing a lot of hair. But yeah, but overall, this show is really good. Have y'all have you seen this show? The Sirens is like I cried, and like I rarely cry on in shows and movies and stuff because it doesn't really hit me as hard as most people do. But this show actually made me cry. Like I was like pushing my eyes. It's it's crazy. I just think Sirens is a really good example of her acting skills and how because man, I just was like, oh, I'm gonna give it a chance. The show doesn't appeal to me that much, but the fact that the Supergirl's in here, I'm gonna watch this. And then I just went from episode to episode to episode. I couldn't stop watching it. This show is really good. Like I really want this Superman movie to do really well, so then more and more people can watch Supergirl, or once they watch Supergirl, they could watch Sirens. Yeah, I really, really, I'm really happy about this. But yeah, it's really crazy. I think actually the King of the Hill, I was maybe, maybe, but I just I was never like a huge fan of King of the Hill, but I'm definitely gonna watch the Ted season 2 and then the Ted animated series. But yeah, needs to do very well so James Gunn can announce that. Yeah, Superman. If Superman does really well, this is gonna be really good for the overall franchise. That's so good. Yeah, it's interesting. I'm just trying to look for like a picture of sirens to. Okay, this is a better background, I guess. Jesse Eisenberg version of Lex Luthor was just a clone of the Joker. Yeah, that's exactly correct. Jesse Eisenberg was really weird. He did the whole candy in the mouth of the security guard for some reason. But overall, I'm focusing on Millie Alcock. She had the really good acting. She did really well. I I applaud her for this. Uh, her crying was very believable. She had a really layered character development in the show, and it's a mini series, so it's a contained thing from start to end. And my issue for this Snyder cut was it left in a cliffhanger, which is really dumb for a movie to leave off a cliffhanger. Movies are supposed to have a beginning, middle, and end, and then sequels would be continuing from that ending. But movies shouldn't have an ending that's not resolved unless the whole point of the movie is unresolved endings. But a whole franchise doesn't have that idea. Yeah, and her acting is better than Gal Gadot's acting. Yeah, he said the same thing, and Gal Gadot, the only thing she has for her is her accent and her looks, and that's about it. Even her looks, some people had a gripe on the whole like her not having boobs, and Wonder Woman's kind of known to have like big boobs because of the whole uh, feminine like thing and like all that stuff. So people hated her for not having boobs because of that whole Wonder Woman situation. Um, but Millie Alcock right here has boobs, so we have brush that off. It's not a huge importance of boobs, but like you know, it, the whole oh Kal-El no, that was like a dumb thing. I just really think that Millie Alcock it will be an amazing casting because when she got mad in certain scenes and then sad in certain scenes, like she's like really intense in her acting. That's why James Gunn considered her as Supergirl when he watched the House of the Dragon show. And some people were very picky and saying, "Oh, she doesn't look good when she was in the House of the Dragons." But if you watch um, Sirens, she does look good. She got a visual, like beautiful uh, upgrade once she was getting older and older. You know, that's the whole thing, right? And if you don't know, I'm wearing this right here, the Superman shirt. The reason why it's kind of bleeding is because this is specifically from the death of Superman. The one thing Zack Snyder was trying to do but failed because the death of Superman, there's more meaning to it. But Zack Snyder doesn't understand the death of Superman. But I'm kind of tired of bashing on Zack Snyder right now. But overall, I highly recommend watch this movie right on this show right here. Only 5 episodes. Each episode is about like an hour, so it'll take a little while, but watching this was worth it. I actually cried in the show. I rarely cry in anything. I always make fun of people crying and stuff, but this broke my emotions in a good way. This was a good watch. I was kind of in the dumps. This kind of boosted my spirits up. It's really crazy. I recommend watching this show, but but yeah, yeah. I took a little while to look for a poster to do this because I think having it as a possible thumbnail, like that or something, or like that that kind of thumbnail, something like that. I don't know, but that's that's what it is, right? Yeah. Overall, Supergirl is going to be really good. The whole behind the scenes image where she's wearing a skirt was really good because I was kind of worried that she wouldn't wear a skirt because people are kind of against the feminine charm of characters. But yeah, it is crazy. I recently went to San Francisco though, Nintendo San Francisco. I got a coin. But yeah, this is gonna be an interesting thing. Y'all should definitely watch the show. This is really cool. Like pretty much the whole cast is female. That's another reason why I was kind of skeptical because sometimes whenever a whole cast is female, they really push the whole female thing. and it becomes kind of boring at this point. But this show is not all about that. It's really, really good. I just think this show builds character for the characters, of course. I I really either a spin-off for of Sirens or something because it ends, but of course anything that ends can continue. But if it doesn't, it's fine because it's not meant to be because it's a mini series. So yeah, overall it's good. Do you think Millie will better than the other two? Do you think Millie will be better than the other two actors that played Supergirl? I don't know much in that point, but the original Supergirl actress that was in the original movie, her acting was very cheesy, but she was really good at the action scenes and how she was believable. That she had two perspectives. She was Supergirl and then the human side. That was like a really good thing. So I'm guessing she got that from Christopher Reeve because I was in the same universe. And then the CW one, she was good with the like some of the acting. Like she wasn't cheesy anymore, but she wasn't really believable at the same time. Her fighting was not that great either. The only thing I would say is because it was a show, her character development was pretty good. But Millie Alcock, I think she's gonna be really good at Supergirl because this shows Sirens shows her emotion. She was crying, she was yelling, she was like really intense, and she built up her character to be really interesting. And she really honed into the character to make her believable. And her American accent was really good because she's actually from England. So that's really cool, and it's I think she might be at least right up to the number one. And I think the number one is probably the movie one. Even though her acting was really cheesy, she played the whole split like the two personality thing really well. And that was the issue I had on the CW thing. She kind of focused on the Supergirl thing. We need a world's finest movie. Yes and no. Yes, because it would be really fun and it would make money. But no, because I think that was the mistake of the Snyderverse. They did Superman, like Man of Steel, and then Batman for Superman, which I kind of it's kind of sad to say, but I kind of agree with the Snyder fans about this. They should have had a Batman movie between the Batman vs Superman and Man of Steel. But if they do the World's Finest, they should focus on the Batman side of things a little bit more and make it so it's Batman's World's Finest or something like that. Or Bat Batman meets Superman, something like that, you know, or Superman meets Batman. I don't know, but overall, I kind of agree, but I kind of don't at the same time. But it's gonna be interesting how this universe forms because, man, I was kind of tempted to get the. I saw McFarlane's Blue Beetle toy. I was kind of tempted to get it because it was specifically for from the previous movie, but I decide not to because I have plenty of things right now, and I would really mainly wait for it to be in the actual DCU version. But yeah. So what else? What else? Just curious. I just really, really want this to work out. This whole thing, I'm just gonna do. So I posted that I'm live currently to people. Actually, not really. I think George Clooney's Bruce Wayne was the best Bruce Wayne in live action movies. You believe him to be a really rich person that got money from his family and stuff over everyone else. The only close one would probably be uh, in Batman Forever. So I would say if you combined Batman Forever's Batman and Batman and Robin's Bruce Wayne, that would be a perfect match. Comic book accurate match, at least. But if you want to be more like realistic, I would say more Batman and Robin's Bruce Wayne and the Dark Knight's Batman. Batman Brave and the Bold is the DCU Batman. Yes, and I'm really waiting for them to actually pull this off. So far, they don't really have a script right now. Uh, I heard that James Gunn is working really close to a writer that's doing a project, and I believe it might be Batman Brave and the Bold, and James Gunn might be writing something, and that might be World's Finest. So if it's a thing where it's a writer that's doing Batman Brave and the Bold, and have Batman Brave and the Bold come out first, and then the World's Finest, that's already better than the Snyderverse. If Brave and the Bold comes out first, so the Superman, Supergirl, Brave and the Bold, and then World's Finest. That might work. And have Supergirl in World's Finest. Not one of the main characters, but a supporting role for Superman. And have Brave and the Bold have Damian as Batman's supporting character. Yeah, Kristen Bale did the whole like making a fake voice thing to do that. It's scary. Yep. But I'm mainly talking about like how realistic his like gadgets were because he was way more realistic than Ben Affleck's Batman's gadgets, and how Dark Knight trilogy showed him Batman becoming Batman kind of thing. And that was sort of my issue of Ben Affleck. Like, I get what they were going for, have a Batman that was Batman for a very long time, but I disagree with that situation because I didn't understand why Batman lost Dick Grayson, and then they're also planning a Nightwing movie, unless they're gonna do the whole like, oh, he um, Grayson died but came back alive. That does make sense. But overall, I'm gonna go back to Supergirl. This Supergirl is gonna be, I would say, actually, I would consider that this Supergirl is gonna be the best live action Supergirl. Can't really compete with animation, but yeah, this Supergirl is going to be miles better than all that stuff. Yeah, I just think it's gonna be really interesting how things can go and stuff. Okay, I'm just gonna do a thumbnail for this. So I'm just gonna do this. So it's gonna It's gotta be that. Yeah, it's gotta. Oh, hi. I'm mainly talking about Sirens because Millie Alcock's in it, and I was interested in it because I wanted to see how she would act in a new sense. She she had really good emotion. She was loud. She was she knew her character really well, and she did an amazing job. She looks a lot better than she did in House of the Dragon. She looked a little weird in House of the Dragon, but I think it's because the makeup and stuff. She it was intentionally trying to be like all old fashioned looking and all that. But overall, I think based on this show, she's gonna be the best Supergirl that we pretty much ever had. We barely had any live action Supergirl, so that's not really a flex, but I think she's gonna be good. She's gonna be yeah, Supergirl, the movie could have been better. But I liked the plot. Like what happened in the movie was interesting. How she was in the Phantom Zone, and it showed the inside of the Phantom Zone, how the world would be like being inside the Phantom Zone. That was interesting, and how all that stuff is a wonderful actress. She is going to destroy Supergirl. Yeah, she might actually do better than David because she has a really good acting chops, and this Superman is just made to like give confidence to people and stuff whenever the movie comes out. At least I know people are disliking the movie or way before it comes out. There's plenty of people, harsh critic, exactly. Um, harsh critic made two videos of me bashing on me, making fun of me, um, not proving my points because I did a whole video and that he responded with that video and didn't prove my point wrong. He just only disagreed with me, which was kind of dumb. I pretty much said that um, the Snyder Cut was more of a desperate attempt to bring in subscribers to HBO Max because that's when Max HBO Max became they wanted streaming to be the focal point. And Harsh Critic just said I was wrong, and he showed a clip of Zack Snyder saying, "Oh, Warner Brothers talked to me and wanted to do the Snyder Cut." Well, that's not proving my point wrong because it could have been both. It could be Warner Bros. Talked to Zack Snyder, "Oh, you can do the Snyder Cut because we're desperate to have subscribers." Like it could. Uh, I'm just, I don't know. Like in that video, he responded to me. He put like a clown face on me, and like saying joke and stuff. Like uh, I don't know. And then Aaron Fisher is another one where he made fun of me by saying that oh, he doesn't need proof that his dog was getting is hurt and doing surgery and stuff. Well, if you're asking money from your audience to help a surgery, you should sort of provide proof. And he says that he doesn't need proof because the GoFundMe is against the rules for the whole thing. But I don't know. It's really dumb. Sorry for rambling, but yeah, I just think Millie Alcock's gonna be amazing. Definitely better than Gal Gadot. Gal Gadot is gonna be a big negative to pretty much most, I would say. Gal Gadot she's good looking, but she's not really a good actress. No hate on her, but either she's not a good actress or the director doesn't direct them well enough. But yeah, I just think it's crazy how people bashed on Millie Alcock just because of House of the Dragon. But if you see Sirens, it shows that she's a lot better than the haters say. This show genuinely made me cry. And I rarely cry in like shows and movies. I rarely do. But yeah, if anything, I would usually sometimes pretend I'm crying when I'm with someone because I don't want to feel like a bulletproof, like emotional bulletproof guy, you know. But yeah, this movie's gonna maybe actually. I'll click on this. Yeah, Millie Alcock, House of the Dragon. She was really good. It's just people are kind of making fun of her looks, which is kind of not fair to say. But yeah, it is a really good show. Like I watched at least until they replaced her, the whole aging up thing. But yeah, she's really good. And see right here, see the shirt. This shirt is specifically the Superman, the Death of Superman story. See the blood on it and all that. That's that's my Death of Superman shirt. Gal Gadot is extremely beautiful, but her acting is just not it. She didn't bring the rage like I thought she would. Yeah, Wonder Woman, she should have like a lot of rage, like really powerful and stuff. And people always make fun of her when she said Kal-El no. It's like Kal-El no, Kal-El no. That ended up being a meme, and people make fun of her because that line, and it's really dumb. I still dislike the fact that they wanted Gal Gadot to be with Batman for some reason. Like they had the whole flirting thing, and the flirting thing was in both cuts. And the flirting thing was in both cuts, but in different parts of the like different types of flirting. And I still didn't like all the rumors of what Zack Snyder was planning to do with the whole Batman taking care of actually Superman taking care of Batman's baby from Lois Lane for some reason. But I'm I'm getting off topic. I just think Millie Alcock is by far a better actress than Gal Gadot. Arguably, could be cuter than Gal Gadot because Gal Gadot's more like a beautiful look, and Millie Alcock's more of like a cute look, like a hot, cute look mixed with hot and cute. But yeah, it's really good. Like this image kind of proves it. Like right here, this image kind of proves that Millie Alcock is like kind of hot, more like a hot. No, I don't know. But yeah. The reason why I'm showing this is because Zack Snyder didn't really do Death of Superman that well, in my opinion. The Death of Superman was more of a surprise to the audience. And if you kill him off in the second movie, it's not really a surprise whenever he dies later on. It's not really a thing. And it is weird. Like I still stand by the fact that it is weird that the city is sad for Superman dying when he literally destroyed the whole city just moments before. And I get that Superman saved a lot like afterwards, but the fact that he destroyed a lot of the city shouldn't really cover up the fact that when he saved people. That's just my opinion. Like my opinion is you shouldn't completely brush off the fact that he destroyed the city, because if he destroyed a city, he could do it again later. Yeah, Batman versus Superman was just like two comics put together, which is kind of dumb. I think if Superman was gonna die, I think Superman should have died in like the fifth movie he shows up in. And I'm not saying shows up in as in cameos. I'm saying like actually shows up in, like has multiple scenes and everything in all the movies that he shows up in. So then it's a big surprise. Like that, the death of Superman is a surprise. Was a surprise in the comics because it took multiple decades for it to actually happen. Yeah, can you imagine make trying to make it a surprise when Superman dies at the second or third time? Superman already died, so why would you be why would you be sad when he dies again? You know? And it's not even like a one-time like healing process. He went to he went to a whole water thing that could actually heal him pretty quick. So I think showing that instead of like a one-time healing thing is also kind of dumb. But yeah, overall, I just think the death of Superman should be more respected, and also the death of Superman also shows the rise of the Supermen, which had the Steel, had the other Superman, the one that protects the fortress and all that stuff. And that's exactly my point. Like he shouldn't have died that early on. And having the other plans were kind of dumb too. Like, I don't know. Seemed like Zack Snyder only cared about the Justice League movies because he was only planning on two other movies, Justice League 2, Justice League 3. Didn't care about any backstories of any other characters, which was dumb. But I think the fact that this one's gonna have Supergirl in it. It's gonna have Supergirl in it is already a big upgrade because the Supergirl in the Snyderverse or whatever in the Flash, although it is sad that she's not going to continue. The actress said that she's moved on and gonna do other projects. So yeah, and I just like the fact that Millie Alcock looks more comic book accurate and actually looks like exactly like the girl in the comic that it's based on. But that's just me. Like she looks spot on, and of course they're gonna possibly give her contact lenses that make her eyes turn blue, blue contact lenses and everything. She's gonna look good, and when she was in like these kind of dresses right here, she was in like these kind of dresses. She looked beautiful, beautiful too. More like hot, beautiful, or cute, whatever. Right? But yeah, this movie is pretty. This show is pretty intense. Like I still recommend y'all watch this show, Sirens. And this is still gonna be sort of a review of Sirens, even though this is a live stream. This gonna be a review. That's how it's gonna work. But overall, I'm gonna possibly name it. But yeah, it is gonna be really good. And this whole drama between the whole drama between these three characters right here is pretty good. I just think people need to not judge stuff too soon because people are bashing on her looks in House of the Dragon. And then once you see Sirens, she looks a lot better. But that's people for you right there, right? Just but yeah. But yeah. All right, Nintendo San Francisco. Got a pretty decent thumbnail already. It just keeps going back and forth on the viewer count. So what are y'all thoughts on stuff? I recommend you watch this. If you're gonna watch it, let me know. Or if you're gonna give it a chance or something. But yeah, it's gonna be interesting. But yeah, overall, I just think it's gonna be an interesting next year is gonna be pretty interesting for Millie Alcock. It's gonna be pretty cool. So yeah, just curious of what your thoughts are gonna be. Like to know things are. Okay, I guess. Yeah, Sirens. Yeah, Sirens. Yeah, Sirens is good. And no, Sirens is not anything dealing with DCU or anything. I just this show is more like a drama about rich people and stuff. It's is really intense, kind of sad, and like she things go crazy. I mainly watched this because Millie Alcock being Supergirl, but I end up really liking the show. I actually cried. I rarely cry in this any show or movie, but this kind of caught me off guard. This is really good. So this is yeah, it's not DC Sirens because Sirens is a completely different thing. This is gonna be good. Actually, I would say Megan Fox is a lot better actress than Gal Gadot. Like Megan Fox can actually act. Like I wouldn't say Megan Fox is only about her looks because she can act decently well. I know Jennifer's Body. She did really well in Jennifer's Body. It ended up getting like people hated it that movie at first, and then people start liking the Jennifer's Body. But yeah, yeah. Outsiders is different than Outsiders. Yeah, that's exactly. Yeah, but this show is really good. It's a mini series, so it has a beginning, middle, and end, and everything. And I kind of think the Snyder Cut is not a full-on great movie because it doesn't have an ending. It leaves off in a cliffhanger, and then that's it. I kind of think movies should have an ending, even though it's a franchise or trilogy or whatever. Uh, the Dark Knight, each movie in the Dark Knight trilogy had an ending. So if the first movie failed, it would have just stopped there and it would make sense. That's my problem for like cliffhangers and a lot of stuff. But funny guy, look, I got a Superman shirt. This is the death of Superman. That's why it looks bleeding. And yeah, the reason why I'm wearing this is because I really disagree with the whole death of Superman in the Snyderverse. Because Death of Superman should have been way later and not the second appearance of a movie. Second appearance. Death of Superman was very impactful in the comics, mainly because it took decades for Superman to actually die, instead of taking a few years for the second movie, and then he dies. And then for some reason, Justice League, the Snyder Cut, he doesn't have that much to do in that movie too. Superman was barely in the Snyder Cut. But yeah, this show right here is really good. I was kind of skeptical on watching the show because the cast was all female, but I started it despite that because I wanted to see Milly Alcock's acting, and then this show surprised me because this is not all about the whole female main character kind of idea. Yeah, Death of Superman should have been later, probably like the fifth appearance of Superman, and not counting cameos. And yes, I got the stickers that slash free talk stickers here. So I got these. This one's pretty cool too. It's like the Superman thing. Yeah, and speaking of black suit Superman, I didn't like the fact that the black suit did nothing, because the black suit is supposed to be a healing suit, and I guess it shows the healing suit whenever he went up in the sky for that, but it's more of a suit that heals all the time kind of thing. So, but like they didn't explain, Zack Snyder didn't explain the whole healing suit. Black suit is not just a black suit, it's a suit that could heal. So yeah. Yeah, yeah. Black suit is more of an energy thing. Yeah, it absorbs sunlight a lot more. That's why it's black, because when you wear like a black hoodie, it's hotter because of the sunlight thing. It traps in heat. But yeah, I still like the David Corn sweatsuit. You can't argue with me about that. It's not diaper suit. It's not. Because the thing is, people say it's not trunks, but it is trunks. The things that people are thinking of, it's like speedos, something like that. But trunks are usually thicker. Yeah, DCU Superman suit. Yeah, Superman suit looks more accurate and more colorful and more interesting, in my opinion. And yeah, I'm just gonna possibly do this. So yeah, this right there. and then crypto right there. Yeah, I like the cape. The cape is good. This is my dog right here. You see it? See him? My dog. Yeah. Yeah. I kind of the one thing that kind of interests me because I have a dog is that Superman cape, the Superman collar thing that they have in the DC shop. But yeah. So what else? I think the Terrifics he might do because he already has Mr. Terrific and Metamorpho. Maybe not the Outsiders. I could picture him doing DC Zombies. If I remember right, they had a DC kind of zombie thing. The funny thing is, Zack Snyder tried to talk to Disney about that whole thing to make Rebel Moon being part of the Star Wars stuff. So it is a pretty much direct ripoff. But I think you can't really sue for that kind of thing because it's too different to be like that. But yeah. Yeah, DC Zombies would be good. The reason why I'm saying that because James Gunn did Dawn of the Dead, and also he has his he's close with the person that doing the score of 28 years later, and he pretty much did all the 28 something franchise. So 28 days, 28 weeks, and 28 years. So he has the person that did the music, and he can use that music for the DC zombies. So that's what I'm saying. Yeah, that'd be a cool collaboration. But I kind of think the guy that made Spider-Man 2, actually, yeah, Spider-Man 2, he can do zombie stuff, and James Wan can do zombie stuff. I can picture anyone that is like really known for horror to really do zombie stuff. There's the Shazam guy, the guy that directed Shazam could do it too. Like that. Yeah, yeah. Julianne Moore was pretty really good in that Sirens. So yeah, yeah, that's interesting. But the fact that people they still want the whole Snyder verse and they don't want the Nicolas Cage Superman. That's interesting because Snyder fans always talk about the integrity of filmmaking and the passion the people that make the movies have about the movie and stuff. Well, Nicolas Cage loves Superman. He named his son Kal El, and he has a Ghost Rider tattoo, so he likes superheroes in general. And Nicolas Cage, this his last name Cage, actually comes from Luke Cage, another superhero. So bring that right. Nicolas Cage be Superman again, or does Snyder people only care about Zack Snyder and nothing else? And they keep bashing on anything that gets canceled, like the Batgirl movie, even though literally everyone that was involved with Batgirl stuff said the movie was like so bad that they had to cancel it. But yeah, yeah, the black suit had the cape because the black suit was also the original suit, the color. The black suit was just colored to be black. It was the color of the original suit. That's why the original suit, the blue and red and stuff, was not bright. They just recolored it to be black. That's why the suit was literally just the original suit. And Zack Snyder doesn't know that black suit doesn't have cape. Or Zack Snyder thinks that Superman needs a cape to fly or something. I don't know. Yeah, that's what I said. I think they just Zack Snyder just doesn't know that the suit didn't have a cape. And plus, I just saw that the Funko's Instagram just shared the Superman stuff. So I'm just gonna share the Funko stuff to y'all. Just to There you go. I just shared it on the Instagram because they showed the new Funko stuff. That's pretty cool. Yes, official too because they had the official stuff with the stuff. Yeah. And the Metamorpho Funko thing is the Chase figure. It says July 11th on this one. So Hot Girl one's gonna be July 11th. Yeah. Sean O'Rourke is also a toxic, very toxic. He pretends to not be toxic. He thinks him bashing on the movie is um fine as criticism, but he is very toxic. Yeah, I messaged y'all on that stuff and just showed you that. Yeah, he's not a good person either. But if you try to argue with him, he just sticks to what the toxic stuff and doesn't want to change his mind at all. Everything it's not good. So I just saw that Fantastic Four is also getting some promotion. I'm guessing Fantastic Four is trying to really push the promotion just because the Superman's promoting it a lot. So um no. Oh, Karate Kid? Yeah, cool. I want to see if Karate Kid has the Superman trailer because I know Lilo and Stitch had the Superman trailer. People said and Lilo and Stitch is doing pretty well. So more people watch Lilo and Stitch, more people know about Superman. But Karate Kid, it is cool that they're continuing it from there. I was just always wondering that why have Karate Kid with the kung fu thing, which they try to explain it a little bit more, but yeah. Yeah, yeah, Jackie Chan returns in there. Yeah. What? Oh. So I just saw Megan 2 popcorn bucket. I just shared it. That was pretty interesting. It's a Cinemark one. I know Karate Kid had the popcorn bucket too. That box thing. I think that Megan one was pretty crazy though. How to Train a Dragon popcorn bucket. And the Stitch popcorn bucket. Yeah, Nicolas Cage Superman would have been really interesting. I'm really curious about that because they showed behind the scenes of that, and that was really cool. And he had the long hair, but like it was based on a specific comic. I remember. Yeah, I seen some of them, but like I think the exclusive ones are gonna be really cool though. The Cinemark exclusive, AMC exclusive, and like Regal exclusive. Those ones are gonna be pretty cool. But I think they made it. They made some of the Superman stuff basic just so the kids don't need to like break anything, 'cause they might break stuff. But yeah, it is crazy though. But what is you? Yeah, that end credits might be. I know for sure when I worked at a movie theater, Cinemark, I was kind of annoyed by the after credit scenes because I would have to wait more to clean up the theater. But yeah, that's that was it right there. Yeah, and that was one of the issues also with the DCU not having good after credit scenes. But yeah, if, if anything, I wouldn't mind the new DC not having after credit scenes. Have the after credit scenes just right after the movie, not having to wait too much. Yeah, yeah, right there, yeah. That's interesting because Fantastic Four is coming out way after Superman. Why is tickets already being sold right now? Like Superman tickets are not being sold, right? Or am I wrong about that? Like, am I wrong? Why is Fantastic Four tickets already being sold? After Training Drag, wait, that's interesting. Is Disney afraid of Superman? Why are they selling tickets already? That's pretty crazy. I, I don't I don't get it. Ugh. It's- all I think is Batman shouldn't be that old. So a younger actor would be fine. Yeah. Been live about hour and a half. That was my dog. I shared another image on Instagram. Yeah, after credit scenes is fine. I just think it shouldn't be directly connected to the movie that we just watched because it makes the movie not like complete. But yeah, it is interesting. So I'm just looking the Instagram, just seeing what's going on with this stuff. Yeah, so I'm sharing a lot of stuff. If you see your messages on Instagram, you'll see that the stuff are gonna be pretty cool. I'm doing good, and I haven't seen you before. You knew you just found my account or my Instagram. I haven't seen you before. Just wondering. Yeah, and the concept art looks really cool. I kind of like the concept art that they showed. Oh, you're on both test screenings? That's pretty cool. Are you completely telling the truth or are you just cool, cool. Are you yeah, yeah. Uh, Originally I was talking about I'm not gonna go too much with this, but originally I was talking about Sirens, which the reason why is because Millie Alcock's in it. And I wanted to see how she acted. She was intense, she was crying, she was really good at acting, and the show is really interesting and fun. But overall, I'm just gonna talk about Superman for a while. Yeah, that's interesting. And what's your thoughts on the movie? No spoilers or anything. Just your overall thoughts. Because man, this Superman movie gets both sides of the argument. People that watch the test screenings hate it. Some people that watch the test screenings loved it. It's a both sides situation, but I'm really optimistic. I really hope this movie is gonna be good because I told everybody here on my channel and everything that I really did not like Man of Steel, and the other ones, the only ones I liked was I'd say the first three um, Christopher Reeve movies. I even liked the third one, even though it is weird. But yeah, this is interesting. Nonetheless, you can like, subscribe, whatever, Universal stuff, whatever. But yeah, yeah, it is divided, but I overall will most likely like it because the fact that they went more positive route, more upbeat, lighthearted route is already a upgrade, in my opinion. But overall, I think this movie's gonna do well because I watched countless amount of reactions to the trailer and people are really, really excited for it. And all these promotions of it is going crazy. Yeah, the changes. Yeah, of course, because that's the whole point of test screenings. They want to test it, see what works, see what doesn't. They change it, but sadly, the Snyder fans are saying that, oh, they're changing the movie, so it sucks. Like it's gonna be bad because they don't believe in it and stuff like that. Well, test screenings are kind of made to test things out to see if it works. If it works, they keep it. Stuff like that. They change the pacing if it's too slow, whatever, right? Yeah, major changes. Yeah, makes sense. It depends on what major changes because if it's a crucial storyline thing, then it would have to like shoot a lot. I doubt that the major changes were like big changes. I think the major changes more like who hit first, how hard, uh, how much bleeding a character would have, what what they what they said, like dialogue, stuff like that. I think those are some of the major changes. It's not like really strong major changes, but nonetheless, it's a major changes. Actually, it's not a spoiler because I know it's going to be shorter than usual, and movie being shorter is good because the shorter the movie, the more show times that they can have, the more show times they can have, the more money they can make, stuff stuff like that. And also, if it's a short movie, you can watch in streaming, easy to watch. Just turn it on, watch it at home, so on and so forth. So, have, having a short is good. Like they should have said that to Zack Snyder, not making it 4 freaking hours. That Snyder cut was way too long, and cutting it into chapters didn't make sense because the chapters were not equally distributed. Some chapters were a few minutes, some chapters were like 30 minutes, you know? I wouldn't say they fired the composer because it's still within the John Murphy stuff. I think what mainly happened was they had additional composer to help out, and John Murphy did uh, like a lot of it and stuff like that. They really want the movie to be focused on the music, so I think John Murphy is still a big part of it. I don't think they removed the music because that would be a waste of money. Yeah, the movie's about 2 hours now, but it can still change a little bit because James Gunn says he's still like adding effects and stuff, so it could be like a little bit more than that, probably like 2 hours and 10 minutes, something like that. But overall, I think you just need to wait for the movie to come out. And changing the editor is fine, and the editors, something like that. Yeah, 2 hours is still good. Yeah, like the original Guardians of the Galaxy movie was 2 hours. So yeah. Oh, cool. You right back. Okay. It's kind of late out. You're set. Okay. That's a good thing. Like, you like the changes, very positive. That's good. I really want this movie to do well because I just want to shut the haters up because I'm really tired about the haters saying that oh, it's gonna flop while it's closed, whatever, 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 super diaper, whatever, right? It's um it's very annoying what they say. If this movie does amazingly well, this is gonna shut them up, you know? Oh, hi. Like I said before, I'm saying that if this movie does really well, because Universal right here is saying that it's are really good changes and stuff. If this movie does really well, this might quiet down some of the hate this movie's getting right now. I just really want this movie to shut them up because they're being really annoying. Oh, I literally I just looked it up, added that, and put it in the background with settings. Yeah, this is StreamYard. This is StreamYard. It's interesting. Yeah, Jeff Snyder. You can't believe anything he says. A lot of the times he's just lying, and sometimes the reason why some people believe some people is because whenever they say something, it and it ends up being true, they believe everything that person says. Like if you say something like Superman's got to make $1 billion, and then it ends up making $1 billion, that's already like a thing, you know. So I I just don't like people believing everything, every scoop and everything. Best Batman is Bale, um, Christian Bale. Yeah, yeah. Best Batman, I would say Bale. Best Bruce Wayne, I think George Clooney. George Clooney, yeah. The funny guy, I say Clooney, Conroy. Oh, Conroy, because uh, I'm mainly thinking live action because Conroy did like voice, but I would say Clooney best Bruce Wayne, Bale best Batman. Hmm, cool. Keaton, yeah. Yeah, the Snyder Cut didn't have the Superman versus the Flash race, even though it's straight from the comics. Zack Snyder doesn't like jokes at all. Like he doesn't care for any of the jokes. I think the only joke he really had was the whole "I bought the bank" thing. Yeah. And Adam West was it's funny because Adam West is the actual comic book accurate Batman, even though he's kind of really cheesy and really odd. But yeah, yeah. Universal. See the shirt? Death of Superman right here. Death of Superman shirt specifically because the logo's bleeding and the Snyder cut. Zack Snyder did the Death of Superman way too early. That's my opinion. That's a lot of people's opinion. Death of Superman was way too early. He shouldn't have died the second movie he shows up in. That's just really dumb. Yeah. I like the fact that changes make the movie good. But people that already saying that they're not going to watch the movie say the changes are bad, but changes are good. It's not desperate or anything. It's changes for the audience that they showed it to. Very common for years. I don't know. Yeah, DCU doing something like that would be cool. What would be kind of cool is if Superman has a son, have Superman and his son race. That would be kind of fun. It would be like a good spin on the whole Flash and Superman race thing. Or Mr. Terrific and Batman playing chess. That'd be cool too. Mr. Terrific and Batman have playing chess. That's really iconic scene. The reason why it's iconic is because the things that they say match the plays that they make. It says one boom, and then he says something that says, "Oh, he's about to win the argument." You know, that was a really good scene. Thank you. I mainly got this because, man, the Death of Superman was a way better comic than the Batman v Superman movie. Yeah, this graphic is really cool. It's interesting. One thing I kind of want to go to because my cousin currently lives in Chicago. I want to go to Chicago um, because Metropolis is in Chicago. Metropolis is a city that's named after Superman city and has a Superman statue and stuff. Has a museum, has a store with a lot of Superman stuff. So yeah. Yeah, I'm Team Superman when a lot of people are Team Batman. I'm Superman all the way. That's why I want this movie to do well. People that hate the bright and colorful, positive Superman are not really Superman fans. They only like the Elseworld, dark universe kind of Superman. They don't like the mainstream Superman, mainline. And I also watched the George Reeves Superman. George Reeves Superman was really really good. Like he captured Superman so well. George Reeves is really really underrated. No one really talks about George Reeves. Yeah, Grounded Take is overplayed. Yeah, I agree. But I wouldn't mind grounded take of Lex Luthor, though. A Lex Luthor movie, kind of like the Joker movie, would be a really interesting way to do stuff. A Lex Luthor movie would be kind of fun. But yeah, it's kind of cool. I went to the Nintendo Land, Nintendo store recently, and it was pretty cool. Not that much. I would be completely honest. I watched a lot of clips though. I I would probably have to find a good time to watch the thing, like be in a good mood to watch it, kind of thing, you know. But man, I definitely watched the Fleischer cartoons though. Max Fleischer cartoons were really good. It's like crazy that each episode was $1 million to make. But yeah, what else? What else is there? Oh, yeah, yeah. Pickup shots are good. There are reaches and worst Bruce Wayne. Hmm. Live action. You might not like my answer, but Michael Keaton. The live action movie side of things, I'll say Michael Keaton because he doesn't seem like a person that would become rich through family things, and he didn't really seem that rich in the first place. His like idea seemed more like he grew up kind of poor, sort of. Even though Keaton is like a really good Batman, I didn't really like his Bruce Wayne because even though Adam West was like the cheesy thing and everything, his Bruce Wayne was like you believed him being rich. You believed him like being used to rich and stuff. Yeah. You mean go and watch the Superman movie? Because yeah, I'm gonna definitely go because I kind of live near a true IMAX theater. The reason why I'm saying true is because some IMAXs are fake. That some IMAXs are just using the footage within the IMAX thing to project it versus a true IMAX thing would have like a whole setup to match for the IMAX screen, and the screen size matches the actual size of the thing. So I have a theater that has a 70 millimeter IMAX projection, which is good. Yeah, that's good. Planning on watching it? You gotta watch it. Like I said, Keaton, um, worst Bruce Wayne, but he was really good Batman. I'm just being honest. Respect your opinion. Yeah, like I'm not bashing on the Keaton thing. I'm just seeing how Keaton like presented himself as Batman. He didn't seem like he would be strategic in the money aspect and all that stuff. Everyone else kind of seemed like they were used to being rich, like snobby kind of thing. Actually, I kind of agree. Pattinson was worse, but I kind of see it as like he was a beginner. But like I kind of get both sides. Worst Batman, Adam West. Adam West, I think, but it's cheesy, fun kind of movie, but no show and movie. But Adam West Batman was kind of weird. Universal, I respect your opinion on passing. Yeah, yeah. Like I said, Keaton, yeah, that spot on right there. He was a good Batman, but yeah, take care. Come back, I guess. Be right back. Yeah. But overall, yeah, it is cool. But man, this is pretty interesting conversation right here. I'm just putting it on screen so then the playback would match or whatever, right? Yeah. I'm just leaving this there so then I can show you the shirt. Death of Superman. What's kind of cool is the tag even says Death of Superman. The tag on the back of my neck. So that's pretty cool. Yeah, it was campy, but if you see it right now, it says you would say, "Oh, he's the worst Batman," but like it was fun though. But I would say worst Batman, probably Batman. Actually, the overall movie I really liked. It was really fun and everything. Uh, I don't know. Actually, worst Batman would. Yeah, I already said that Clooney had a really bad Batman, so I would say Clooney worst Batman. Was a really good Batman was Batman Forever. A really good thing was Batman Forever. I think a good balance was Batman Forever. A decent Bruce Wayne, a decent Batman was Batman Forever. Yeah, yeah, and for some reason Snyder fans want Jared Leto back. They want Ezra Miller back. They want Amber Heard back. They want the toxic people back. I would even say that Cyborg was also pretty toxic because he kept attacking every executive that took over. If he wasn't kicked out of Warner Bros. Or DC, I'm pretty sure Ray Fisher would have attacked James Gunn. Yeah, Jared Leto was Joker. Yeah, I think he's just comparing Clooney's Batman, Bruce Wayne, to Jared Leto's Joker. Yeah, Batman Forever director's cut. Yeah, it is weird that no Snyder fan wants to hashtag that Batman Forever thing. What's really interesting is there's a Son of the Mask director's cut, which I kind of want to see that because how they explain it is the Son of the Mask is completely different, a completely different movie, which is a really big thing. Son of the Mask, some people really hate it, but like, yeah, Warner Bros. Really changed it a lot, and Son of the Mask should have a good thing. Yeah, yeah. Jared Leto, he was cringe on that thing. I was like, it's really weird. And the fact that he's in Tron, the new Tron movie is really weird. Oh, Adam West, yeah, Adam West, his Bruce Wayne was really good. Like you can believe that he's rich. He actually acted rich. He actually was really smart. So his Bruce Wayne was really good. The Joker. Yeah, I mainly agree with that with the Jared Leto thing, but Joaquin Phoenix Joker was really good. I watched Joker 2 on streaming on HBO Max, and I kind of enjoyed it, but I understand that it's not a good movie, but it was somewhat entertaining. Like some of the singing scenes were kind of fun. So I saw some reviews that they say they liked it. And I understand why they like it. It makes sense. But yeah, yeah, that Joker was really weird, and her moving on from that Joker makes sense. But one thing I stand by was Birds of Prey. Was really weird is Margot Robbie had the choice between Birds of Prey and Siren, the actual DC Siren, and she chose Birds of Prey. I'm pretty sure if they made Siren, it would have made a lot more money. The Siren has Harley Quinn, has Catwoman, has Poison Ivy. Those three characters are really well known and popular. And also the fact that Harley Quinn is already in Siren, they don't need to add her in the script. She was already in it. Versus Birds of Prey, Harley Quinn has nothing to do with Birds of Prey. Yeah, Will Smith Deathshot. That I don't mind Will Smith Deathshot too, but that slap was very cringe. I think his apology was really weak because he didn't apologize to Chris Rock. he apologized to his family and like people around him, but he didn't apologize to Chris Rock specifically. So yeah, and yeah, James Gunn Suicide Squad. Margot Robbie was good with that. Yeah, yeah, agree right there. Bill Skarsgård maybe, but I kind of think um the longer it takes for them to do something with Joker, the lower the chances are for that. So anything else you can say, like a younger actor that doesn't fit the part could become a person that can fit the part. But yeah, but, yeah, that's my opinion on that situation. That's all right. Hey, I gotta feed my dog real quick. Hopper. Yeah, there we go. I fed my dog. Just had to feed my dog real quick. Yeah, Harley Quinn's gonna be recasted, but I'm not sad about that because recasts always happen. It's natural, and also it gives other people a chance. And what's funny is the Harley Quinn voice actress could have played Harley Quinn pretty well, and the Harley Quinn voice actress also in live action before too. So yeah, Harley Quinn is easy to. Yeah, I kind of agree with that. It's just need to get the right person to do it though. Person that's comfortable doing that, all that stuff. But yeah. Wait, hold on real quick. How to get my water. Have a good one. And I welcome you back to whenever I do live streams. I'm not really scheduled to do stuff. I, I just do it whenever I can. But yeah, good one. Have a good one. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Everyone's saying good. Well, this live's doing pretty well. Yeah, I just got some water from with my so oh I snare pen what? Yeah, and Ezra Miller and also yeah. If the Shazam actor wasn't like being mean to the whole James Gunn reboot situation, all that, I would have been fine for him to come back because James Gunn was open for him to come back anyways. He just actor just went too far. I just really want actors to be nice and respectful, and James Gunn was open for him to come back. James Gunn wanted Zachary Levi to come back. So yeah, I wouldn't mind him, but at the same time, I think the other guy was getting too old. That's my one issue of Blue Beetle. Blue Beetle, I think he should have been a high school student. Should just recast him because I'm pretty sure there's a lot of Hispanic actors that are teenagers that can play high school students. Yeah, Ray Fisher was just at first it was understandable. Ray Fisher accused Joss Whedon to doing creepy stuff, and everyone agreed, and it was confirmed and everything. But Ray Fisher kept going. Ray Fisher kept going and accusing every executive of doing crazy stuff without any evidence, without anything. And then he attacked Hamada. He attacked Emmerich, I think Toby Emmerich, and I think he would have attacked James Gunn if he wasn't like pretty much kicked out. You know, I think he did attack Gunn at some point, and that's probably why he's completely kicked out. But I'm not completely sure. But he did attack a lot of the other like most of the other executives. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I know. Yeah. What's funny is some of the Snyder fans said, "Oh, Ezra Miller um became innocent because the dad of the kid that he was stalking or whatever said he wasn't stalking. He the child lied, but other crimes he committed, he wasn't innocent on those crimes. So even if one crime he's innocent, doesn't mean the other crimes he's innocent. So that's the thing, right? Yeah, yeah. That's what I'm saying. Ray Fisher, even attacked Walter Hamada and stuff like that. The Walter Hamada was DC chairman at the time, but it wasn't DC Studios. He was the DC, like he was the chairman of the specific like franchise because it wasn't studios yet. So yeah, it's pretty crazy how stuff like that happens. What's kind of cool is, on Max, next month, the that Looney Tunes movie with the day the Earth blew up, that's coming on Max. I think the 12th or something of next month, but definitely for sure next month. But yeah, the day the Earth blew up is coming on Max next month. Pretty cool. Yeah, HBO Max, yes, but they announced that they're gonna change it back to HBO Max, but currently it's not changed yet. So I'm just gonna call it Max for now. But yes, they changed it. But yeah, yes, and the reason why some people are saying the Snyder cult because the Snyder fans are treating it as like a cult, worshiping a person that doesn't want to be that doesn't acknowledge the people and doesn't really care about the people, pretends to care about the people, but overall doesn't matter. They want to do a big change of the world by messing other things up, kind of like what cults are, kind of like, yeah, it is crazy. So, can hold on real quick. Yeah, Jared Leto is crazy. Yeah, yeah, I get that. Yep. But yeah, it is. Yeah. But overall, I'll probably have to end this at some point. So I'm just gonna say this, at least for some people, if you're open to seeing it, I still recommend watching Sirens. It's on Netflix. It's emotional, it's really sad, and all about like how rich people are pretty crazy, and it shows how Millie Alcock's acting is. She's a really good actress, and yeah, yeah, she was part of a cult. Yep, yep. But overall, I'm gonna say this live stream was a good while. But man, this show is really good. This show is really good. Milly Alcock right there. Uh, you should consider watching this. This is I recommend this. I only watched this because of Milly Alcock, but I end up really liking it. It's more like drama with the rich and all that stuff. But if that's not your taste, then probably not. But yeah, bye. Have a good one. Bye.